This is a ballpoint pen invented by American inventor John Lauder in 1888. There are 3 steel balls in the tip of the pen, and the ink is brought out by rolling the balls. But because the balls were too big, it was very rough on the paper, no matter how much he improved it. He couldn't solve it. Then the Hungarian journalist Bülow realized that only 1 ball was enough, but the tightness of the setting was crucial. If it was too tight, the ink wouldn't flow out, and if it was too loose, it would overflow. But due to the limitations of the technology at the time, Bülow could only turn his attention to improving the ink. Initially, it used a water-based ink. This ink flows well, but dries slowly and tends to penetrate the paper. To overcome this shortcoming, Bülow intended to use an oil-based ink. It had a thicker consistency and dried quickly on the paper without penetrating it. It maintains a clear line. But oil-based ink has poor flow, so Bülow wanted to improve the refill. He designed the refill to be so thin that the ink would no longer flow out by gravity, but would be attracted to the steel ball by the phenomenon of capillary gravity. This phenomenon is very common in life. If you stick a straw into water, you'll magically notice that the water inside the straw is rising. This is because the attraction between the water and the wall of the straw is greater than the attraction of the water molecules themselves. Under the action of tension, the water is pulled up. Bülow's ballpoint pen is the opposite of this. It's designed with a thinner tip so that the ink can always flow toward the tip. This allows the ballpoint pen to write at any angle, not just downward. Even if it's completely upwards, the flow of ink is not affected. As the ball rolls, the ink leaves a smooth and graceful line on the paper. When the ballpoint pen stops moving, the ball sinks to form a seal that prevents the ink from leaking. That's why you need to use this type of ballpoint pen with a little bit of force. Although Bülow received a patent in 1938, it was not until 1945 that mass production was realized due to technical constraints and manufacturing costs. This is a ballpoint pen produced at that time, and every detail of the pen is amazing. Not only does it have a cap that can be added, but the barrel is also hexagonal in shape. It was easy to grip and prevented rolling. This design is still used in most ballpoint pens today. Although there are now lighter and more subtle gel pens available, most people still prefer these pens.